Hey guys and gals, welcome to Jen's Creativity Corner. Just a little intro on today's video. For my church, we do a humanitarian project every once in a while, and I am one of the coordinators for that. And I just thought, well, I'm not going to do a detailed step-by-step tutorial. It's one that I can introduce you to, and it's a very simple project. So I hope you enjoy this, get some inspiration from it, and let me show you what we did. The basics of a fidget blanket are the texture, the activities, the engagement. So it's just a little blanket, a little lap quilt basically, that you can add things to: zippers, buttons, ties, crinkly things, things that help with sensory. And the main purpose of making these was for those with Alzheimer's, and also it can be used for kids with ADHD, trouble focusing, that kind of stuff. So it just gives them something to do with their hands. We were told that bright red fabrics and I think orange fabrics are particularly helpful for those with Alzheimer's. They really draw their attention. So I thought that was an interesting fact. But the ladies in the area gathered together all these doodads and did some sewing. So I'll show you what we did and something you could do for yourself. You'll want to start off with some basic lap quilt blanks, as I call them. So these were soft fleece on the bottom, a nice pattern on the top, and then we had a whole line of things to attach to these. And we also had some ladies ahead of time that did some just for some inspiration. You can see a whole bunch of different activities. Some are much more elaborate, some are more simple. So go with your skills, go with what you've got, and let me show you a little more nitty-gritty. So we had some people ahead of time that did some like corners and strips so you could sew them. And then I loved the little soft minky or fleece. We also had a bunch of faux fur, different textures and colors that you could sew right on. So back to the blanket blanks, the basics. You want the nice soft part, the fleece to be on the bottom where it's going to touch their laps, and then the cotton pattern facing the top. And just to show you some of the things that we've got here on this giant stage, we've got zippers, all sorts of colors and lengths, some brand new, some being repurposed. Also some lace. Again, fun to see the different colors and also the different textures that are created by the different patterns. Ahead of time, someone had made these little bags, and you could fill them with popcorn kernels. I'm trying to think what else there was. You can see those chip bags in the back. So they're nice and crunchy and fun texture that you can kind of squish them up. You just sew one edge onto the blanket. Again, some more of these little folded corners. Someone had kind of pre-stuffed some of these. Some beads. You want to be careful that these are sewn down very, very, very well because they can easily become a choking hazard. So be extra cautious on that, and also think of the size. We've got some little jingle bells and a whole bunch of different things like a little buckle and rings, a little pom-pom there, lots of ribbon. So showing you what I did with mine, I just started off with one of these little orangey ones. I added this corner with a button and a buttonhole, so that's an activity that they can do, this little flap, and I had a friend make them. I just pinned these on because I am not great at sewing, and I've done sewing, but I'm working on it. My sewing machine was buried, so I had a friend do that part for me, but I put on these cute little beads. I was there with my friend. So some of the crinkly stuff that I put inside of one of those little pre-made bags, and then I just pin it and then it'll be stitched on there. Next to one of these little pre-made corners that someone made, you can see there's kind of a little pocket that you can just kind of stick your hand in. So that's my progress so far. And then I've got a little patch there of some nice fuzzy fabric, and one of the little folded up things that someone had made ahead of time. So it's nice if you want to do a whole bunch, like with a group or even for yourself, pre-make a bunch of the same sort of thing, kind of factory style. And then attached a zipper. These little things, I don't know if you remember seeing these from ages ago, but they're elastics. Elastics are real nice. And then someone brought some socks and gloves, which is kind of random, but you can use, I cut it in half, and that tube part you can use kind of like to stick your hand in, and it's a little stretchy. I layered some different kinds of laces together. And there you go. There you have it all pinned together. And after my friend brought it back to me, here is the finished product. So it's a little bit random, maybe not as organized as some people would like, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope it gets some very good use. If you need just a little bit more inspiration, you can see some springy hair ties. Again, a nice little zipper. That was kind of hard with the metal zipper. A little key that you can go in little pockets. Some people brought little jeans, elastic, Velcro. So different loops and things you can pull on and crunch, that crispy sound in some of them. The main part is just a variety and tack it down well. Make sure it is sewn very well because they might be able to pull it off. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was helpful. And this is definitely a project you can do for yourself, for a loved one, or get together with your friends, sew some up, and donate them to maybe an elderly care home where they take care of those types of patients. Something like that. Or maybe to your local school if they have need of that for the kiddos. So fun project on a nice budget, and hopefully we can do more as craft projects come along that are incorporated with that. I'd love to share those. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, make sure to give this a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of them. So I hope to see you again soon.